Hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 320. This is Rajyasree Sen and
This is Manisha
Miss Pande is joining us today.
replacing Abhinandan.
Which is why we have a very intelligent show.
You guys should get rotten eggs for your last time's recommendation of Jawan.
Don't be like, why are you being hostile about
I
this?
watched the movie this weekend and it was, I love Shah Rukh Khan and we just went there because Shah Rukh really needs us,
Yeah,
He's-
because what
he
will he
needs
do
our
without
support.
the audience?
He's only made a few crores,
Yeah.
if we had not gone to show our
I'll
support.
tell you my mother's insight then into Shah Rukh's film career this afternoon. I'm in shock, absolutely. But you did not enjoy this film?
My God. Listen, by the time Sanjay Dutt came, I was just like, dude, now... still half an hour it went on, that movie.
Sanjay Dutt
Sanjay
needs to
Dutt's-
sun his legs also.
I was just, कुछ भी हो रहा था movie में यार, कुछ भी, it was...
You didn't think the political
songs were-
messaging...
But what politics? It was most basic and all the netas were... I don't understand why people were excited that this is something, except for the Iram plot, which was obviously Dr. Kafil Khan on that, Oxygen.
Yeah.
Rest, they were all
See,
look
you
like
remember-
Congressy politicians.
You remember the character name though? I don't remember the character.
Iram
Then-
name was Justice for Iram, he writes on the board
And what
also.
about all the Kill Bill outfits when they are standing in the metro?
The girls were nice to watch. But yeah, the rest of the politicians were very... I think this will work in favor of BJP. Because they looked very Congressy, all the
That's why I want this color. Vote for BJP, please.
Yeah, you
Huh.
can
But
campaign for Sadhvi
This
Pragya.
is why I
doing
don't.
that.
So today we have a fabulous trailer of what is going to be a classic. The Vaccine War by National Award winner Vivek Agnihotri.
And through the trailer, it says fascinating, riveting,
Yeah.
spectacular, and
Because
there's
they're
a s-
self-motivated.
there's a small postscript saying audience reaction.
And the audience being cast and crew who had to then watch the film and say, what
That's
did you think?
really some gumption, no? You write
Yeah.
all these nice things, just say audience
Audience
reaction. Star,
reaction.
hashtag,
Yeah.
asterisk.
So that we are going to discuss. We are
Yeah.
going to discuss. There's a lot of journalism we are discussing today because there's the morning show's new season. There's While We Watched, which is the documentary film on Ravish. Then there's because we believe in showing love to our neighbors, so Polite Society, which is a Pakistani film, which was very touted as fabulous, but we'll give you our views. Then we have some pop culture things which have happened with Hasan Minhaj and
and his
Russell
emotional
Brand.
truths.
Yes.
Hasan
And
Minhaj's
emotional truths. Which aren't necessarily facts, as we found out. So, what do you want to start with?
We'll start with While We Watched because we're doing a screening of that film today. And you're going to be watching it. So I can warn you what it's going to be about. Not that it needs warning, but I can tell you what it's about and our audience also. And you can watch my interview with the director where we discuss the movie at length. Take a look at that.
Journalism is one of the biggest stories of our times. Journalists need to be the protagonist of that story. So with Ravish, I found an interesting protagonist. I remember watching one of Ravish's broadcasts, and unlike most other news anchors who spend a lot of time praising their audiences, Ravish was actually scolding his audiences.
Berating them.
Yeah, almost. Every tweet there is about the film or there is this thing, people will be like, पर ये पत्रकार और NDTV आज से 15 साल पहले, लोग तैयार पड़े हैं. हमने अपने जर्नलिस्ट का ख्याल नहीं रखा है. In terms of arming them better with better information, with better frameworks. लोगों के 2 महीने के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बन रहे हैं, 3 महीने के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बन रहे हैं. कोई representation नहीं है within their job, within their organizations.
No safety nets.
No safety nets
Job
within
losses.
within and outside. और फिर हम कहते हैं कि we are not safeguarding our journalists, but we expect them to be superheroes. This film is like the Titanic, but it's not about Jack and Rose. It's about the people who decided to play their violence as the ship sank.
So look, first things first, if you go in expecting a documentary on NDTV, you'll be very disappointed. It is really a movie which is centered on Ravish Kumar, the persona of Ravish Kumar. And through him, it's a story of how journalism is being suffocated. across newsrooms. And there are some very intelligent metaphors in the movie. I think like the very famous cake cutting scene. So basically, what the movie starts with Hridesh Joshi, you know, right? He's done stuff for News Laundry also. He's an environment journalist. So his cake is being cut. वो जा रहा है, farewell हो रहा है. So most journalists who are in newsrooms, they know how frequent cake cutting is because everyone's leaving.
Yeah.
You know, either it's for better opportunities or it's for more money or it's leaving the profession now because it's just not giving you anything. So, you know, every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, Ravish is eating a cake. So, because somebody is leaving the NDTV newsroom.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
So, I thought that was very intelligently done and it really captures the pathos of what it is like to be a journalist today. And forget the clampdown on free press or, you know, the struggles that NDTV has had to go through while Roy's headed it with the income tax raids, with being called anti-national, blah, blah, blah. But the whole thing of journalists not being able to survive while being journalists.
Yeah.
I think that was very well done. Parts of it are very disturbing. So you'll also see Ravish like you haven't seen him before.
At home also.
Yeah, at home with his daughter, with his wife. So it's you get a very personal kind of glimpse into what he's like with his family. And he comes across as a very troubled individual in the film because, you know, of course, I don't want to give too much because hopefully people have not watched the pirated movie but will watch it somewhere where it gets released legitimately. But there are moments where he gets trolled a lot and the intensity of it we don't realize because we just know journalists troll hote hain. But he gets calls from people. You're anti-national, you know, Bharat chhod ke chala ja Pakistan, gaaliyan dena hai wo. He responds to all those calls. You know, there's one scene where he's literally...
But the film which will not face any of these problems...
Vaccine War.
The Vaccine War. Which stars Nana Patekar.
Vivek Agnihotri's wife is also in the movie, na? Who's the lead scientist on it.
So Dr. Krishna Ella and Dr...
What's her name?
Suchitra Pallavi Joshi. And they are, I think it's based on them because they are the people who led the Covaxin creation, which is Bharat Biotech, which is India's indigenous vaccine, who did not recognize for the longest time. You could not travel abroad with Covaxin. Many countries did not recognize
Brazil
it.
Also, I think, at some point rejected it, but then they again renegotiated. But we did send it it got emergency approvals. Finally, WHO gave it emergency approvals. So
but
if I'm not mistaken.
Even this film has got emergency approvals, clearly.
And
Raima Sen plays like a Pulitzer Prize winning. No, she plays a journalist.
She's the evil journalist.
Evil.
Media can't
evil.
Do it.
Media is.
I don't know which television news anchor would come and say #India can't do it.
There's one white mouse who's been used in this. I saw in the trailer because I used to have a white rat as a pet when I was growing
Guinea
up.
pigs.
So no, it's a white mouse, and then there's a monkey. They only got permission for these two animals, I think. They are the only two they are tested on.
The evil journalist is spreading a narrative कि हम नहीं कर सकते हैं.
But I saw the direction of this part of it because in that, remember that is not BBC, Australia broadcast, whatever, the journalist who did that documentary which Vivek Agnihotri says, please stop shooting and all.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've not forgotten the name. We reviewed it also. But in that, there's a full sequence where he's directing Raima. So he tells Raima, and I love this direction. So she's lying in bed and she's going to wake up. So he tells her, when you wake up, you should look like you're acting. Because that is acting. And I was like, wow, what is he saying?
I want to be a fly on the wall of his sets.
Yeah, so he's...
Just watch.
But this film is looking very promising. It has rave reviews.
From the audience.
Yeah, from the audience. Rave reviews from the audience.
And
get the national award for this. And all look very serious. They say, let's read a mail. This is from Sky. Hello guys, one strong recommendation. Since Abhinandan in a few episodes mentioned that he likes films, documentaries on filmmaking, I would highly recommend that he watch Cinema Marte Dam Tak on Prime Video and Superman of Malegaon he's watched up.
Cinema Marte Dam Tak is a very good movie.
Yeah, he's watched that, I think. I think we reviewed it actually on Superman of Malegaon is on Jungli Pictures YouTube channel. I really enjoy ANA. Thank you. So I quite liked Hasan Minhaj's comedy and his stand-up shows and all.
He's very lively. And it was good to watch him.
And he's self-deprecating. A lot of them are self-deprecating because that is part of the humor. And there's a lot about his family and the incidences which he's been through in his life. But now it seems that those incidences are fiction.
Yeah. He's fabricated quite a lot of it.
Yeah.
Including threats to his daughter.
And that Khashoggi thing, that story was lovely that I went in and I came out and that's the same time that Khashoggi had been killed. But it doesn't coincide the dates. He went like a month before.
Yeah.
So
he just made the timelines collapse. And then the bit about his prom night where this girl didn't want to go out with him because the implication is because of his Muslim Asian origin. And he's used the girl's real picture along with her new boyfriend who's Indian.
I missed this. I missed the anecdote.
So, and in some of the shows that he did live, it was very clear who the girl is. And it's not true. She's basically, they had stopped dating way before the prom. So she's a real person
who's in entertainment.
So, and through the piece, so New Yorker piece, the journalist has met Hasan and she's confronted him on all these untruths of his. And he's called it emotional truth, which I think is very crafty.
Which is emotional truths have nothing to do with facts. It's like vaccine only.
Because emotional truths, if I go down, then there are lots of emotional truths about the world or being a woman, for example. Being harassed, suffering sexual violence.
About your life only.
But I can't say ये तो emotional truth है औरतों के साथ तो मेरे साथ भी हो रहा है. But that's a bit disingenuous.
And the whole point of his or even Aziz Ansari's kind of stand-up comedy, a lot of people's stand-up comedy is that, but for the rest of the show, which is the morning show and just the morning show, you have to log on.
And polite society.
And polite society. Correct. Two things. You will have to log on to our website and or any other streaming, I'm getting it correct this time, or any other streaming platform we are on, and you'll get the entire episode and subscribe to News Laundry. And now we'll see them on the other side.
Yes.
Journalism at News Laundry is powered by the public, because when the public pays, the public is served. Visit newslaundry.com/subscription and pick a payment plan of your choice. Pay to keep news free and independent. Your future, and indeed the future of democracy, depends on it.